Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Here today is a good one for you. Full day of eating. I know you love full days of eating, so we're back on it with a full day of eating, and this is going to be my rebound diet setup. So I am now actually coming up to 5 weeks post show, believe it or not, but I still class this within the rebound phase, so to speak. I've been able to extend it much longer than previous periods, so to speak. I'll probably allow myself to get a little bit out of shape too quickly before in my younger days of competing, but now I'm in a position where I manage it really well. Managed it well, even though I didn't compete last year. I got super lean, managed it really well last year, and then again this year just been even better. So I'm going to go through my daily diet. With this, I am now actually at the gym, and this is the reason why I started this video here, because straight away I'm doing my cardio, doing my steps. For me, this is huge in regards to setting up my day, not only just physically but also mentally. From a digestive standpoint, it's huge for me. So straight away I get up, even if it's not doing direct cardio, I'll always do some kind of like 30-minute walk outside or 30-minute walk on the treadmill at home, to make sure that my digestive system is ready and I'm primed to start to eat, and I'm hungry going into meal one. That's really important. So yes, just about to go in to the gym, get my cardio done, and then I will be back and I'll see you at meal one. Welcome back. Meal one on the go now. Just gonna go through it with you. This is my kind of staple breakfast that I have every single morning. I had something similar on prep, just lower amounts, and I've kept it in because I'm just gonna go for higher volumes of the same foods really. It's a great meal because, for one, there's so many colours in the meal, and this is something that is really important. We have a lot of colours in our diet, so green vegetables, I've got reds in this meal with tomatoes, I've got frozen fruit in there as well. Good, wholesome food. So go through it with you. The frozen fruit's not actually out there at the minute, but you will see the meal once it's complete. So we've got Quaker oats, nut butter, and then this is my little mix that I put together: mushrooms, spring onions, chopped tomatoes, and then liquid egg whites. I'll go through the amounts, I'll put the amounts as I go through. So here we have it, the oats are on the go. The egg whites are cooking. Make sure we get around the bowl here. And then the morning would not be complete if it wasn't for a morning coffee. So what I use is the DeLonghi Magnifica. This is what I recommend. Real coffee, coffee beans in here. No pod stuff here. No pods in this house. Pure coffee. And I recommend it. It's a great one to go for. Not crazily expensive. It's a little bit expensive, but if you want a good coffee machine, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money. I've become a little bit of a coffee connoisseur, so I will make sure that my morning coffee is done every morning. It's nice that I can have a little bit of milk with it now. I don't have to go black Americano every morning. So morning coffee is a must. And the oats are ready. What do I have with my oats? So I actually do still put some sweeteners in. So I use the Flavor Drops, My Protein, toffee flavour, very good. I use the bulk maple syrup, also nice. The skinny syrup ones are also very good with the maple syrup, but obviously I'm going to put my almond butter in there, and I'm going to get some fruit. So don't have blueberries in, don't have raspberries in, so it's going to be whole strawberries. And then I'll mix it all together and make it look unbelievable for presentation. Whilst we are cooking, the tomatoes with the veg and the egg omelette is ready. And here we have meal one. Absolutely banging. 125 oats, 30 almond butter, 150 frozen strawberries, 450 egg whites, and mushrooms, just a handful of mushrooms and a handful of, well, spring onions, handful, all chopped up, with 200 grams of tinned tomatoes. Coffee, water intake. Pre-workout meal, let's go. go through this now. What I have within my pre-workout meal is some fats, small amount of fats, but primarily obviously carbohydrate source. It's a nice steady amount of carbs within this meal. You're looking around 100 gram of carbs for this meal, which is going to fuel my training session now moving inwards. I'm going to be traveling actually today. I'm training, so I'm going to have to prepare my third meal, but it's 100 gram of carbs within this meal, rice-based carbs. See, the majority of the carbs that I have throughout the day are going to be rice-based. I eat rice things that sit well with me, and particularly pre-workout, I want a nice, fast digesting carbohydrate source that's going to fuel my session, but equally I don't feel any bloat when I'm training. So for me, that's cream of rice. At the minute, one of the many cream of rices I'm using is the Gasmart 10 Banoffee, and for me it's just the texture's unreal, it tastes unreal, and yeah, get on that. I'm not sponsored by these, but it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, and Rob's got a great brand there with Gasmart 10. Also, extra lean beef mince, that's going to be my protein source. So I have 300 gram of extra lean beef mince, and that is the raw weight. And then just as my veg sources, gherkins, sauerkraut, pink onions. So you can see I like pickled stuff at the minute. I've got a little craving for it, so my veggies, I say vegetables, they're not really classed as proper vegetables, but that's what I'm opting for one of my meals. And yeah, I'm going to get it cooked, and I will see you after this has been eaten. I'll be on my way to the gym. Meal 3 I will prepare, actually I'll talk about it before I go, and also whilst I've finished my workout. I'll probably be in the car that I eat my post-workout meal, as I'm actually travelling to Ultraflex Derby today to train with one of the team. And yes, I will see you at meal 3 and the meal 3 preparation. I know I said I'd see you at meal 3, but this is the masterpiece. 300 gram, 3% lean beef mince with sauerkraut, gherkins, onions, 125 cream of rice with sugar-free syrup. Boom, game on. Post-workout. Sorry guys, I didn't show you the actual making of the meal, but it's a very simple meal. Chicken and rice. Very simple, so very easy. 250 gram microwave rice, 250 gram cooked weight chicken. Get it down me. Post-workout, good session here at Ultraflex Derby, and then this is going to obviously straight away carbs back in, good clean carbs, and then from there go into meal 4, which is going to be a heavier carb based meal. I like that in the evening. You'll see what I have on meal 4. Very easy source in terms of with carbs. Again, satiating me at this point too of the rebound, because my appetite is still sky high, and as well we have a good high quality protein source within there too. So post workout, chicken and rice in the car, eating it like a proper bodybuilder should. Let's go. Just realised you couldn't see the chicken and rice, so for those who don't know what chicken and rice looks like, this is what it looks like. Game on. And here we have meal 4, guys. So this is my go-to biggest meal of the day. 100 gram cream of rice, 60 gram of carbs from potato, 240 gram salmon and vegetables. So 140 carb in this, protein intake from the salmon, and all good quality carbohydrate sources, so through rice-based meals and white potato, which both sit well with me. What I will be doing later is having a full sit down with my final meal, talking about why I eat what I eat, with that as well, the colours that I have in my diet, and obviously how I'm looking to then progress my diet as we go through the off season. So that's meal 4, guys. Biggest meal of the day, probably. Final meal, 125 oats, 500 gram veg Greek yogurt with 20 gram of whey. And that is a wrap up of a full day of eating for myself. You'll see within, obviously throughout the day, it's very high protein. Now this is the first point that I wanted to touch upon really, and I'm actually trialing to see if my body can digest a higher amount of protein. I'm doing it just merely to see the benefits that I get over a considerable period of time. So the next sort of 3 months, I'm going to be running a super high protein diet and just assessing the response from an anecdotal standpoint myself. Now, it's way over, like I'm having 350, 360 gram of protein a day. It's way over what you'd require to probably have on paper. But I just want to test and see and try and push upwards of that sort of 3.5 gram per kilo range, and just see what the response is from, see how I grow from it, see how digestion is, see if I can intake that much protein and see if it actually has a positive impact, because I've done a lot now with myself and I know how my body responds to certain things. And this next phase for me is all about working with myself. I'm not being coached anymore, I'm self-coaching throughout this next push-up phase, and I've definitely obviously got the discipline to do it now. I love the lifestyle, but it's going to be a case of seeing how much protein I can actually tolerate. Now, alongside that, you can see the amount of colours that are in my diet and the high quality sources of carbs, proteins and fats that are in my diet. Now I'll touch upon the colours first. See so many different colours. Like, I've got my greens in there, got carrots in there, oranges, I've got reds in there through tomatoes and also strawberries. So many different colours within the diet and within like the green veg and the fruits, etc. And it's super important that we get that in, guys, because just from a general health perspective, we want to cover our micros as well as our macros. And the problem I see now within the fitness game is people just looking at macros and having foods that are probably really poor quality just to fit like certain macros. You can see as well with my fat content, it's really high in terms of like people, well, say really high. People consider 90 gram of fat quite a high fat diet. Really, when you look at the quality of fats that I'm having with almond butter, salmon, beef mince, you're gonna have a fair amount of fat within those food sources. But for me, I need those food sources within my diet, not only just because I've come off having low fats for such a long period of time through dieting. I feel good on higher fats. I feel good. My cognitive function is far better. From a hormonal standpoint, it's going to help. So again, that's why I opt for, at this point of the rebound, higher fats. When I diet, if I go back down to a deficit point and start to diet, that can be the first thing that I pull from. But at this point in this phase, going for high fats is also another good option for me. So yeah, covering the high protein aspect, covering the different colours within my diet and how important that is. Also the high fat content within my diet too. So I'm going to enjoy this meal and then go to bed. But that gives you a full rundown, guys, of what I'm currently having from a rebound aspect, where my calories are at. They're around sort of 4,200. I'm going to do a full breakdown of the macros for you guys who want to know as well. And yeah, this again is another opportunity for you to learn to see what I'm doing, but also hopefully you can take a few little pointers within as well, setting your own diets up. Thanks for watching, guys.